What's going on, everybody? How you doing? In today's video, this is a donation request. This is for Rob. This is XTC. The song is Mayor of Simpleton. And Rob says, since they're mostly about the lyrics and the music is pretty basic alt-pop rock, but I think Mayor of Simpleton from 1989's Oranges and Lemons is a better example of one of their hits. You may even know it. I've heard of XTC. Do I know them? Do I know any of their songs? What's a smash of theirs? I feel like there might be like a song that I know of theirs. Ball and Chain, King for a Day. Is that like Faith No More? No? I like that, King for a Day. I'm thinking it's not the same. Ball and Chain, I don't think there's another Ball and Chain. Who is it? Rancid or one of those bands? Ball and Chain, is that the same song? I don't know if I know this band at all. I don't know if I know any of their songs. Not sure. They've got a whole bunch of albums from 78 to looks like 89 and 92 maybe was their last one. Oranges and Lemons. So this is like way later in their career. Making Plans for Nigel. This was a pretty big one. Or The Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead. That's another one that Rob, you mentioned. I don't think I know these songs. I don't think I know this band at all. Maybe if I hear it. We're about to hear it. So we're going to check. That's what we're doing today. Mayor of Simpleton, XTC. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to listen to, talk about, watch, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, in the notes section. Leave a link, leave a description. Let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you, guys. Okay, so English rock band formed in 1972. Andy Partridge and Colin Moulding gained popularity during the rise of punk and new wave in the 70s. Later played a variety of styles that ranged from angular guitar riffs to elaborately arranged pop. Partly because the group did not fit into contemporary trends, they achieved only sporadic commercial success in the UK and US, but attracted a considerable cult following. Yeah, okay, they have since been recognized for their influence on post-punk, Britpop, and later power pop acts. Due to poor management, XTC never received a share of profits from record sales. Of which there were millions. Nor from touring revenue. How did these guys, what? Forcing them into debt throughout the 80s and 90s. In 93, they went on strike against Virgin, citing an unfair recording contract, and soon extricated themselves from the label. Gregory left the band during the making of Apple Venus Volume 1, 1999, after which the XTC name briefly served as a banner for what were effectively solo efforts by Partridge and Moulding. In 2006, Partridge announced that his creative partnership with Moulding had disintegrated, leaving XTC in the past tense. Moulding and Chambers briefly reunited as the duo TC&I in the late 2010s. Partridge and Gregory remained musically active. Wow, what a wreck. What a wreck. That's a wreck. Fuck, man. God damn. These guys... were they not questioning like throughout the 80s, like, yo, where are we getting paid? Like, where's our money? Like, what's going on? Were these guys like on drugs, or what was going on here? That they just didn't, people just didn't care about money like that back then? What was it? What was it? What was it? How were you not paying attention that hard? 1982 and 1992, financial issues and start of managerial litigation. Canceled American tour incurred XTC with 20,000 pounds of debt, and since it left them unable to record new material, they decided to re-examine their financial affairs. Confused as to where their earnings had gone, the group requested that manager Ian Reid help pay for the debts, but he refused, saying that they had owed him money. They tried distancing themselves from Reid by renegotiating their contract with Virgin. 6 more albums were promised to the label in exchange for covering their debts. Oh my God. Jesus, what was in their contract that they signed that? It's just like, what did they just blindly sign? What is happening here? This is a complete wreck. Wow. As well as a guarantee that subsequent royalty and advancement checks be redirected into the band's own deposit account. Royalty rates were still kept relatively low, as the group's A&R man Paul Kinder explained. They had appalling management for a number of years. Usually if a manager has got any kind of business acumen, he will renegotiate the contract to get a better royalty. A record company expects this, which is why they kept royalties low initially. It's just business, really. Nobody addressed the contract for XTC. Man. Reid remained XTC's manager until January 83, or a couple years after. He legally retained the title of XTC's manager until near the end of the decade. In April 84, the group learned that he had incurred them an outstanding value-added taxes VAT bill, I don't even know, and that he had significantly mishandled their revenue stream. A lawsuit was filed by the band while the countersued for unpaid commission on royalties. Virgin were then legally required to freeze royalty and advance payments and divert publishing income into a frozen deposit account. For the next decade, the entirety of the band's earnings would be invested in the continued litigation. Yeah, this is a fucking train wreck. The group supported themselves mostly through short-term loans from Virgin and royalty payments derived from airplay. At one point, Moulding and Gregory were working at a car rental service for additional income. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Like, this is just a nightmare. Partridge was eventually left with about 300 pounds in the bank, he said, which is really heavy when you've got a family and everyone thinks you're Mr. Rich and Famous. A court-enforced gag order restricts the band from speaking publicly on the alleged improprieties. My God, according to Partridge, Reid was very naughty and left the band with roughly 300,000 pounds in unpaid VAT. Music journalist Patrick Schaab elaborates. What is known is that Reid inked a deal with Virgin that wound up working out primarily for Reid, secondly for Virgin, and not at all for XTC. Throughout their first 5 years of existence, XTC never saw a penny of profits from either album sales or touring revenue. How do you... I don't understand, like, what do you think is happening? You're not, like, is it because that guy's taking care of everything and you're just like, oh yeah, it's okay? Who would... This is, like, really kind of infuriating and sad. It's super sad. But it's like, this is, like, just out of control. Throughout their first 5 years, never saw paying from profits, album sales, or touring revenue. Reid, on the other hand, took out large loans from Virgin, borrowing against XTC's royalties to the tune of millions of pounds by some estimates. Even after how did they not just sue the life out of that guy? Even after the band settled out of court with Reid, because of the terms of the contract, Virgin was able to hold XTC liable for the sum. Because of XTC's failure to tour, the likelihood of ever repaying Virgin dwindled further and further away. Over the course of a 20-year contract with Virgin Records, and after achieving gold and platinum status and album sales on a number of discs, XTC never saw any publishing royalties. This is just the saddest. Insane. Absolutely insane. So only the manager signed contracts? This is disgusting. This is fully disgusting. That they went on strike. Can you imagine? Like, what are you doing? You picture them just holding, the two guys just holding picket signs outside of Virgin. Yeah, right, that's going to work. Just absolutely insane. Okay, but another thing, they couldn't tour. Why was that? Is there like health problems or something going on that they couldn't tour? They basically only recorded or something? Ugh. All right, we got to get into the song. Mayor of Simpleton. Wow, that info. Holy mackerel. All right, let's do this. XTC, Oranges and Lemons. Mayor of Simpleton. Let's do it. Bam. Shiny.
Never been near a university. Never took a paper or a learned degree. And some of your friends think that's stupid of me, but it's nothing that I care about. Well, I don't know how to tell the way to the sun, and of mathematics, well, I want
see how these guys would be somehow connected or influencing They Might Be Giants. I can see that. Totally see that. Just kind of the quirky vibes, but also kind of like I see how they would what did the front say? It said since been recognized their influence of post-punk, Brit-pop, power pop. Yeah, all the pop stuff, I can see that off of this track. Totally see that. Yeah, there's absolutely like poppy kind of flair elements to this. Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. I get cult following for sure. I just can't get off of that whole story. That's just so disturbing and infuriating, and just that guy would not be alive. If that were me, and the court couldn't handle it. No. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know the rest of the story. I'm only reading what this is saying, but like, that's just insane. Like, they're never making money from any of these recordings, from none of this. They're not making nothing. You bought all those records of theirs, they didn't see anything. They saw nothing. That's disgusting. That's fully disgusting. Like, fully. And labels just acting like a bank for the manager. That shouldn't be allowed. That should not be allowed. I understand that, like, historically, labels are partially banks, right, with these advances and things like that, but oh man, music business, what a wreck. What a full on wreck. The song was cool, it was fine, a little jangly. Yeah, I get the pop stuff. Yeah, that's some interesting stuff. It sounds like they probably have some cool songs that I'd be into. No different than They Might Be Giants. They Might Be Giants are pretty quirky, pretty weird or whatever, but I still feel like there's probably stuff if I were to dig through. You know, do I want to dig through? Not at the moment. No, I don't. Not really. I'm kind of doing other things. And that's always what happens. That's why there's always music to listen to. You're never going to get to everything in your life. It's just not going to happen. But this is cool. Sounds like fun, interesting stuff. All right. Yeah, I just hate the story. Like, totally, fully hate it. Like, hate it with weapons. Hate it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Just don't sign any contracts. Make sure you have a lawyer. Don't get in bed with a crazy... Did they not get that kind of vibe from the manager? Like, it sounds like this manager was a scumbag. Did they not, like... They're just like, oh, yeah, we like scumbags. Or whatever. That's why I'm like, there's a lot of holes in the story that I don't know. Were they on drugs? Were they, like, what up? So, anyways, really sad. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.